Welcome back. I am so excited to be joined by actor, writer, director, Lake Bell. You know her from In a World, It's Complicated, and so much more because you like to work. How are you this morning?
I do. I feel good. I feel good. My show's coming out tonight. I'm super jazzed.
Your show's coming out tonight. It's called Bless This Mess.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it. It's about a city girl that kind of moves to Nebraska.
A newlywed couple.
A newlywed couple,
Yeah,
Dax
kind
Shepard.
of like quasi-hipster types who decide to kind of like, you know, unplug their iPhones and just like reconnect to nature, you know, start like, you know, working from the land, you know, they think they got it, you know what I mean?
How's that work out for them? How's that work out for them?
Well, they wanted simpler, but it gets far more complicated, so.
Far more complicated?
I'm not plugging an old movie that I used to be in called It's Complicated. I was also in it. And
you absolutely were. Did this idea for this story kind of come from a dream you maybe actually had in real life?
Look, I mean, make no mistake. My husband and I totally dream about this. And when I sat down with Elizabeth Merriweather, who we co-created the show together, you know, we really, you know, I admitted to her, I was like, I feel like this is a real feeling for me. Like, I don't know if I could actually fend for myself, but, you know, I like chickens, you know, I feel like farm fresh eggs, sign me up, you know. And, you know, I think you know, on Pinterest, on Instagram, like I follow all these people that are kind of like, you know, Brooklynites turned farmers, you know, and I like this idea. And it's kind of a zeitgeist, right? We kind of are dreaming of this thing. Do you ever feel like that?
100%. I want to throw on the overalls, get out there, work
overalls.
with my hands.
Woo! Dax Shepard, he loves overalls. I'll tell you something. I'm going to let you in and tell you that this man is not even wearing those. Ironically, he's like one of the great overall wearers of our time.
Does he looks real good in them.
Look, ever since In a World, like, I've been rocking overalls. Okay, I love it. I love them. But, like, he shows me up. Like, he just coming in hot with the overalls.
It just really fits. He obviously married to Kristen Bell in real life.
Another Bell.
Well, I was going to ask, no relation.
No relation, but, you know, ding dong, he did it again.
What's it like to step into that role with him, as people are obsessed with their relationship?
Look, I love Dax Shepard. When Liz Merriweather and and by the way, I'm saying Liz Merriweather, you know that's the new girl.
Yeah, she's created a new girl,
awesome.
Of course.
And she and I, when we were writing the show, we always used him as like a template. Because when you're writing, it's like you can cast anyone you want. You can be like, Brad Pitt is the waiter at this restaurant. But anyway, so like we put Dax Shepard in there, and then when, of course, it came time to kind of offer it, we were like, let's go for gold. Let's go for the highest. The dream. The dream.
You really.
And then we got him.
What did that feel like in that moment? Like, how'd you find out he's gonna?
It was so great because, like, I will admit, I would see Dax. We both have like little kids, and we would see each other at our daughter's preschool. We both have daughters at the same preschool at the time, and we'd be like. Cool drop-off parents, like, hey, what's up? You're an actor. I see you're an actor too.
You like give each other the nod.
Yeah, like what's up?
Yeah,
you know, it's like people with tattoos, right? You like nod to them. By the way, I nod to people with tattoos, and I don't have any tattoos, but it's because I'm married to a man covered in tattoos.
Well, you have a couple of tattoos.
I do too.
Hang on. Get back to the Dax stuff, and then I'm gonna grill you on the tattoos.
But the point is, you know, Dax and I, you know, we were friends from afar. You know, he likes cars. You know, he's a big motorhead. I used to write a car column. My dad owns race car tracks. Like, I was like, oh, I'll talk cars with this guy, you know. So then when it came to, you know, send him the show, I was like, I have a business discussion with you. This has nothing to do with what kind of car seat your child has or your minivan. You know, so it was like, it was groovy. Like I
like the idea that this was like a long con.
Oh, yeah,
You were like,
yeah.
I became friends
I was
with
like,
Dax
I had to get into that preschool. Like, it was a real, you know.
I love it. But your man, just famous tattoo artist,
Scott Campbell.
Beloved. You actually have two tattoos?
Yeah, like I did not have any tattoos, and then, you know, went and married a famous tattoo artist. And after I had kids too, I was kind of like, you know, before I didn't have any, and I thought it was kind of a big deal to get a tattoo. You know, you get nervous about it. And then, you know, you kind of birth humanity, like life, and you're like, it doesn't really matter. Let's do this.
Wow, that's amazing. That's the moment for you. You're like,
I wish I could show them.
We actually have a picture. We
Okay,
can
you
bring
don't
it up.
want me to take my clothes off?
I mean, do you?
No.
But there
it is. Yeah. Okay. So, but these sort of like little armor shields have both my my son and my daughter's name on the embedded in sort of
in them.
work there.
That's so beautiful.
And they are beautiful. And I was like, you know how it is, like when you go and you go, do whatever you want, you're a tattoo artist, and then but then you have feedback, right? But I knew about that because, you know, when our pillow talk, he sort of comes home and he talks about his clients who say, oh, the guy said, do whatever you want. But then he's like telling me how big, how small, he makes me redraw it, like, you know, all the stuff. So,
he's like, actually, what I wanted is to look exactly like this image that I brought in with myself.
Exactly.
Not respecting the artist.
I know. And then on top of it, you know, people start complaining about the pain. Like, we all know what we were getting into when you're getting a tattoo. It's not going to feel good. Okay. Anyway, so when I went in, I was like, do whatever you want. And I'm like a very visual person. I have a lot of opinions. But like, I had to be like, I'm going to be the dopest client ever. First of all, I had to call to make an appointment because he's very booked up.
Hang on. First off, that's a lot of trust. But second off, you had to book an appointment with your husband when you were married.
He's a busy guy.
To get the tattoos of your kids' names.
Yeah, I wanted the real experience, to be honest.
Oh.
I wanted to like experience. You know, I don't have any. I never experienced it. You really have. I wanted to be like, call up and like make an appointment and say, you know, I'd like to get some tattoos, please. Can you put the tattoos on me? And so he like, you know, he drew it up and I had to like wait there and see what he was going to do, put them on, and I look in the mirror, right? And then I go, oh, that looks great. And I was so cool. Oh.
You didn't want special treatment.
Like my coolest moment, yeah. I just was like.
And you were like, go for it.
I was like, I'm ready.
Then how about the pain?
Oh, I was like, zip. I don't care. I was like, I birthed 2 babies. I'm like, I am not saying a word.
Yes.
And I felt really proud.
That night, was he like, I had a great client today?
Well, he was very chill. And then I was like, are you going to give me mad props? You know, like, and then he gave me mad props.
You were like, I did so great. Okay, so tattoos, mother, incredible work. Bless this mess. Also, though, so much voiceover work. You had a role in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I loved.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's funny. It's like I made In a World, and because I am still obsessed with the idea of voiceover acting and being anyone. You know, it's like, it's without the judgment of what you look like. You're behind the cloak of this voice and this character. And, you know, I also do Harley Quinn. I do Poison Ivy on that series that's coming out, and Secret Life of Pets. I play Chloe the cat. And yeah, in Spider-Verse, little stuff. But now people call me up. Like Rodney Rothman had called me just to be like, hey, can you come and do a couple of like little characters in Spider-Verse? I was like, yeah, let's do this.
You were like,
so now I'm like in there.
Are you really excited about it? Like, is that one of the places you'd like to see your career continue to grow?
I love it so much. Yeah, I mean, I continue to do it. I was the first female voice for the iPhone in the commercials. They never had a female voice. And that was really cool because In a World was all about like, gosh, why aren't there female voices?
Because it's all
yeah. So that was very groovy. That was probably one of my favorite highlight points. I
can imagine, because you're being a pioneer. That is absolutely incredible. Yeah. Just one last question before I let you go. Okay. Nebraska. Their like motto, basically?
It's the coolest motto ever.
Remind it.
So it used to be Nebraska, the good life. And so these guys, with the amazing sense of humor that they have, it's now Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone.
Which is amazing. But you went recently. Is it for you?
Oh, it was great. The second I got out of the plane, I just noticed immediately, like, everyone's like, good morning, hello. And it wasn't like, oh, I've seen you in, Children's Hospital. They were definitely like, they just were like, good morning, because it's morning and good, and so.
And you're a human, and I'm going to be nice to you.
Yeah, it was just like a real generosity of spirit, and it was so lovely and totally refreshing. So I have great things to say about Nebraska and the Midwest, and I feel like, why not? Let's put them like on the map a bit, and this show is kind of a love letter to them.
It's kind of doing that. Well, go Huskers. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. That was absolutely delightful. Bless This Mess premieres tonight at 9:30 on ABC, and up next, we're reading more of your tweets.